This video is presented by Western and Southern Financial Group, a game plan for your financial future. Every great team starts with a strong foundation, and your future should too. With life insurance built like a championship roster, Western and Southern helps protect what matters most so you can focus on winning today while planning for tomorrow. Whether you're just starting out your journey, building your dynasty, or ready to retire like a champion, Western and Southern has the right play for your life stage. Visit westernsouthern.com to get your free life insurance quote today. Western and Southern, built to win. Eagles Commanders, this is our other Saturday night game here. Eagles win this one 29-18 was the final score. Philadelphia's side of things, cornerback Cooper DeJean was their top graded player with an 84.8. Cornerback Quinyon Mitchell right behind him with an 80.3. Jordan Davis, their defensive tackle, with an 80.1. Running back Saquon Barkley with a 78.9. And then A.J. Brown rounded things out at number 5 with a 78.3. Quarterback Jalen Hurts with a 65.4 overall grade. On Washington side of things, running back Chris Rodriguez Jr., their top graded player with a 76.4. Linebacker Bobby Wagner, a 76.3. Wide receiver Traylon Burks with a 75.0. Wide receiver Terry McLaurin, 74.9. Cornerback Tyler Biadasz. Center Tyler Biadasz with a 71.3. They're not that thin at corner yet. Quarterback Marcus Mariota with a 71.8 overall grade. Sat to tell the story, Dalton.
Philadelphia, when you talk about the balance they had, especially this game was kind of a slow burn. The passing game was a little bit up and down for them, but the fact that they ran the football well, this was really, to me, their second best rushing day of the year beyond that second giant game that Saquon Barkley just teed off in. 207 rushing yards, 90.6 rushing grade is their highest of the season as a team. 136 yards after contact. They held the ball for 34 minutes. I think it was definitely a slow burn, and it took them really until the fourth quarter to take this game over. But A.J. Brown was really good on the outside. But their ability to run the football on this Washington team, and obviously a very much so a struggling defense, made a big difference in this game. I think, honestly, I know Saquon had a great day. I think we should even see a little more Tank Bigsby. When he's gotten carries too, he's been really good running the football for this team.
In Jacksonville.
I think they can mix it up a little bit more and use both of them a little bit more. But 7 explosive runs, and the big stat for me, when this team runs for at least 100 yards, they're 7-1.
Right.
They need balance in this offense. They don't need Jalen Hurts to try to carry the offense because that's not how it's worked all year. The fact that they were dominant on the ground in this game, I think, was the real separator between the two teams.
I agree. 24 carries for Saquon, 132 rushing yards, 3 rushes of 10 or more yards, which is big because we've talked about Saquon having volume this season, not as much volume as in the past, but still having a decent amount of volume this year. It's not like they're not trying to run the football. They just haven't been explosive doing it. And they've had injuries and they're shifting guys around the offensive line, which I think is a big reason of what goes into that. But Barkley, 5 missed tackles forced on his explosive runs. I mean, this was sort of vintage what you would want to see from the Philadelphia Eagles offense the way that it is currently constructed. So it was good to see that. You and I have talked about if we don't see that from them before the postseason begins, you start getting nervous that they're just going to be able to turn it on and become the team that they need to become. They were able to do that against the Commanders in a pretty convincing win here. Eagles clinching the NFC East, so we know that they're hosting at least one playoff game there. Jordan Davis was my most impressive. Dude, how good is this dude, man? 85.0 run defense grade in this game. 6 tackles. He leads all defensive tackles in tackles this year.
He's a brick wall.
He has 43 tackles this season. I remember watching, when I was scouting Jordan Davis, he was what is he? 6'6", 365 pound, just mountain in the middle. And when he was at Georgia, I think he had on a little bit more weight than he needed to. But they were playing him at that nose tackle spot where they just were like, okay, well, you take up at least 2 blockers, sometimes 3, and we'll let Jalen Carter tee off on whatever poor soul has to guard him one-on-one in the trenches. And I think even Davis in his current state there at Georgia, I had as a top 15 overall type of player because of how difference-making he was. They have done such a great job in Philly at reshaping and retooling his body and his size where this dude moves now. I mean, you don't lead the league in tackles for a defensive tackle just by being big. You got to be light on your feet, relatively speaking. You got to be able to move. You got to be able to stack and shed. You got to be able to control your offensive linemen, peek into the backfield, and if they're going left or right, you got to be able to move left or right to get in front of them. It blows my mind how good of an athlete Jordan Davis is at 360, 370 pounds. It's just incredible to watch him play the way that he does. So this is another game where it was fun to watch him be that kind of a player.
It gives off the same level of impact in this defense as DJ Reader has done in so many spots, right? In Houston, in Cincinnati, here in Cincinnati especially, the way that he frees up everybody else, right? Because Jalen Carter and Moro Ajomo are known more so as pass rushers, right? Especially Carter. And then Davis' ability to eat those double teams and free up the linebackers, a great group of linebackers behind him. This is the type of defensive tackle that makes everybody else better. So those guys, look, sometimes it can be hard to recognize those guys. Now this year, because like you mentioned, if he's leading the position in tackles, you go, wow, that guy's really making plays on the ball. So it can be a little more, outward and easier to notice. But he's been doing this for really every year of his career now, where he just makes everybody around him better. That's big time. I'll tell you another guy who makes everybody around him better. Cooper DeJean, man. I mean,
stud.
Finished last season as the highest graded corner in football. Really hasn't slowed down at all. 90.7 coverage grade in this game. Targeted 10 times, allowing just 4 catches for 32 yards, an interception, 2 pass breakups, and now a little bit more in each game when the Eagles want to get in a base defense or go 5 defensive linemen. He's playing outside just a little bit. It's a little bit more that Trent McDuffie kind of, or even Devin Witherspoon kind of fluid role where, you know what, DeJean has to be on the field at all times, whether that's outside or inside. And I think that's going to be an interesting story going into the playoffs is masking that second outside cornerback spot. How much can they put DeJean out there? How much can they not expose an Adoree Jackson, right, who's probably the biggest weakness on their defense right now? But the fluid nature of DeJean's game, his ability to play from anywhere and produce from anywhere, it makes him one of the best players in football. Even in just his second year, he is absolutely one of the best corners in football right now.
I would agree with you. This Eagles team is going to be fun if they can figure it out and be more consistent heading into the playoffs. I mean, I know that I don't feel like anybody's really taking them seriously given the other teams that are in the AFC or in the NFC that are making a lot of noise. But when they play like this, you can't forget about the Super Bowl champs, as weird as it is to say that.
Everyone's got takes. Numbers have truth. And the truth is, most people are betting with emotion. Sportsbooks feed on it. TikTok gurus sell it. The hype machine runs on it. That's how you lose. PFF is different. You're betting with winning data. The same data trusted by all 32 NFL teams and the sharpest minds in the game. PFF betting tools take every prop, every matchup, every angle, and run them through our custom models. Built on the best football data in the world. What comes back is your edge. Simple, sharp, and built to win. Want to go deeper? PFF puts a pro-level analytics department in your hands, giving you the same insights teams use to find every advantage. Build your game plan with matchup analysis. Project every snap, every matchup, and every edge before kickoff, because the smartest plays start long before Sunday. Hit rates show how a player performs against their prop and against defenses built the same way. It's the data that gives you real confidence in every pick. Next, Key Insights translates PFF data into the story behind every matchup, giving you the why that powers your bets. From coverage schemes to defensive looks, it's the context that turns raw numbers into winning decisions. When you're ready to take action, filter through every prop on the market and focus on the opportunities that matter, by game, matchup, or value. Then, shop for the best available line in your area and tap your book of choice to place the bet instantly. Everyone's got takes, but now you've got truth. Bet with data, win with PFF.